Dear Sat Shree, this is the first time I show myself to you, even if it is by asking a question this way. I will come forward on screen after a year of following you as a student in the shadow. You are not alone. We meet you all the time. My question is, how can I incarnate my left side of my body fully? Let me explain a bit. I am struggling with my left side. My right feels fine, complete, whole, and at home there. But the left side feels tensed. Every trauma event in my life happens on the left side and has left its mark in that part. 4 weeks ago, I worked with my somatic experiencing therapist on a trauma in my left arm. And a week ago, again. That last time it showed that I was still holding on, literally, to the place I really come from, my real home. I held the arm of my therapist so freezed that she asked if I could say, I will let go. I couldn't say it. It brought me to tears. So she said, let's turn it around. You don't have to let go. And the grip of my hand relaxed more. The image of holding an angel appeared in my inner side. They, my family from my real home, are here with me, although I can't hold them physically. For me, it feels like my whole left side is really having a hard time to land here on earth. But I also notice that this is my time to really embody this body and life here. Can you say something about this one side embodiment? With my whole heart, thank you, Danielle.
All right, beautiful. So Danielle, wave your hand.
If she's on. There she is.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Now everyone else has met you.
Yeah, now we know. Well, this is the correct step. Coming out of the shadows of your unwillingness to come here to the planet, or the parts of you that are unwilling to let go of the clan that are all around you on the subtle world, who are not currently embodied, or if they are, they're their subtle body. And we all carry this clan of beings to some extent, our own angels, our own guides from past lives. And they come and they're part of the mother holding her children, keeping the opportunity of human life preserved enough where they can come into their next evolutionary step. So you got it right. The issue is not willing to be in the world, the part of you that's hanging on. And they're right there because they have no role to play unless you give them attention. And if they're right there and they bring you security and safety, well, the only reason you're not healing the trauma of your left side is because you aren't letting them go on, or step back at least, to allow you to form and meet the challenges and the lessons. So you're like many people who I meet these days who are born very alert, born already very developed, that you came into the planet to help serve the world in its transition. And that's the ultimate purpose of why you're showing up. So that it's time to move on. And of course, being more alert, you're more vulnerable, more sensitive, more overwhelmed by things where a normal child would not have. And so therefore you've found a refuge. So this is part of your childhood. Just like a child has fantasies and dreams, they're just connected to the beings that came with them. So this idea of coming out of your childhood and growing into your adulthood, of course, is the reason you were born. And if we don't learn to get the courage and the sense of the purpose, one or the other or both ultimately, then we can live in this bypass, in this alternative back door that we can go to whenever things come up in our life that we don't want to be with or don't know how to be with. So we have to stand in our own, in the truth of what we are, and find a quality within ourselves that's not dependent on others around us, be they embodied or not. Because it's only here that we evolve. It's only here that we move on our journey of consciousness. And it's not enough to be awakened. Awakening is just a start. From awakening, then we discover what we've awakened to, but also first what we've awakening from. So you're in the process of awakening to the structure in yourself that has separated you from fully being, manifesting your awakening. So there's a number of ways to do. First, my suggestion is you just set an intent, which I believe your letter reflects, your question reflects, to come into life. Then what will happen is other beings, other forces, and if in your link with me, if you tap more fully into our link, then you will find a strength to go beyond. And it's probably what's already happening, the embedded trauma on the left side of your body. Scientists, somewhere along the line, I heard that the left side of the body, its troubles or its effectiveness, strengths, comes from our ability to manifest. So, like we have a yin and yang brain, right? So the left side of the body reflects the unlived parts of your life.
Also considered the feminine side.
And it would be a same with the yin yang. It's the yin would be the left, and the yang would be the right, the male and versus the female. So it's clearly that for men and women, the actualizing force that comes with the yang has to learn to come forward to first allow you to come in as an individual in the world. And of course, to some extent you have. I mean, you wouldn't be here doing this if you didn't. But then there's the other part, which is our vulnerable child self. It's the part where we're still clinging to something of the past, or where we're unwittingly stuck in trauma that forced us to come out, to go into the refuge of our past journey. So it works in the physical world, works in the subtle world. The fact that you're recognizing it means you have access to both. There's nothing more to do, but I would suggest the work we do is a lot about embodiment. But there is a psychological component to this, a place where you say, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be here. And that part is the problem in a certain extent, because I can see looking at you that you have established authority in your life. You have established boundaries. And that's what you're looking for, is to bring forward. You're already bringing forward the right side more, but you're leaving this little refuge behind. So it has grown and developed, but this part hasn't caught up with it. So this is what is actually happening already. The art is of the term of surrender, or letting go, or getting off it, is how we penetrate into our undeveloped parts and give them an opportunity to show themselves, so that we can be the new parent. We can be the divine being that heals those parts that would otherwise feel abandoned. We become the adult to our child selves, our undeveloped selves. So you got it. There's nothing more. It's very nice to see you. It's like I've seen you many times before. So welcome, Danielle. By the way, are we saying your name correctly? Yes. All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Welcome.